Pushing horns weren't easy like the movie said it was. And I don't recall no dance hall girls or hotel rooms with rugs. You worked hard and tired and nasty, and you rode your pony's head too low. There were all the nights you couldn't sleep, 'cause it was too damn cold, and you'd sing Strawberry Roan and Little Joe. Like the time we hit the river and the rains began to fall, and the water was rising so damn fast we thought it drowned us all. We lost a lot of steers that day and 4 or 5 good mounts, but when all the boys rode into camp, we knew that's what counts, and we'd sing Yippee-Ki-Yay and Amazing Grace. Or the night they broke behind us and then took us by surprise. Well, I whistled out to Bonner, I seen the terror in his eyes. And he rode for all his horse would ride, and I know he done his best. But he crossed over Jordan, riding Dunny to his death, and we'd sing, bringing in the sheaves and the rugged cross. So when you see the cowboy, he's not ragged by his choice. Well, he never meant to bow them legs or put that gravel in his voice. He's just chasing what he really loves and what's burning in his soul. Wishing to God that he'd been born 100 years ago, still singing Strawberry Roan and Little Joe.
Little Joe the wrangler will wrangle nevermore, stays with the Remuda they are old. 'Twas a year ago last April when he rode into our camp, just a little Texas stray and nothing more. 'Twas late in the evening when he rode into our camp on a little Texas pony he called Shaw. With his brogan shoes and overalls, a tougher looking kid you never in your life before it saw. His saddle was a southern cack built many years ago, OK spur on 1 foot lightly swung, with his hot rolled in a cotton sack so loosely tied behind. Canteen from his saddle horn was slung. He said he had to leave his home, his pa had married twice, his new ma whipped him every day or two. So he saddled up old Shaw one day and did a shot this way. He said he'd try to paddle his own canoe. Said if we would give him work he'd do the best he could, though he didn't know straight up about a cow. So the boss, he cut him out a mount and kindly put him on. He sorta liked this little kid somehow. He learned to wrangle horses and he learned to load them all, and get them in at daybreak if he could, and to trail the old chuck wagon and to always hitch the team and help the Cusinero gather wood. It hardly reached the Pecos, the weather it was fine. We were camped out in the south side of a draw, when a norther commenced blowing and we doubled up our guard. Took every one of us to hold them in. Little Joe the wrangler was called out with the rest. Scarcely had the little fellow reached the herd when the cattle they stampeded like a hailstorm. On they fled, and everyone was riding for the lake. Amid the streaks of lightning there was one horse up ahead, was trying to catch the leader in their speed. It was Little Joe the Wrangler with his slicker o'er his head. He was riding old Blue Rockets in the lead. There we finally got a millin' that kinda quieted down. Extra guard back to the wagon whence there was one a-missin', you could see it at a glance. It's our little Texas stray, old Wrangler Joe. Next morning, just at daybreak, we found where Rocket fell, down in a washout 20 feet below. Beneath his horse, his life was gone, his spur had rung its knell. It's our little Texas stray, poor Wrangler Joe. Beneath his horse, his life was gone, his spur had rung its knell. It's our little Texas stray, poor Wrangler Joe.
From the hills of KC, Wyoming, where life's woolly and wild, came an Air Force brat in a cowboy hat and that Copenhagen smile. And from bucking broncs to honky-tonks, he always sang a cowboy song. We were much too young, having too much fun, as we all sang along. We sang life's a highway, there's only one way you're gonna get through it. When she starts to twist, be more like Chris, pull your hat down tight, and just do it when that whistle blows and that crowd explodes, and then pick a minute at your side. They tell you good ride, cowboy, good ride. Take a ride. Well, gold buckles to gold records. Once again, he was spinning around. Took the whole world on, and he turned us on to that Western underground. And from Bareback Jack to this cowboy's hat, the songs were stronger than his pain. He would not slow down from town to town like children running through the rain. We sang life's a highway, there's only one way you're gonna get through it. When she starts to twist, be more like Chris, pull your hat down tight, and just do it when that whistle blows and that crowd explodes, and then pick a minute at your side. They tell you good ride, cowboy, good ride. We sing life's a highway, there's only one way you're gonna get through it. Yeah, when she starts to twist, be more like Chris, pull your hat down tight, let me have it. Just when that whistle blows and that crowd explodes, and then pick a minute at your side. They tell you good ride, cowboy, good ride. Then he crossed that river Jordan with St. Peter on the other side, singing good ride,
can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Go tell that long-tongued liar, go and tell that midnight rider, tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter, tell him that God's gonna cut him down. Tell him God's gonna cut him down. Well, my goodness gracious, let me tell you the news. My head's been wet with the midnight dew. I've been down on bended knee, talking to the man from Galilee. He spoke to me in a voice so sweet, I thought I heard the shuffle of the angels' feet. He called my name and my heart stood still when he said, John, go do my will. Go and tell that long-tongued liar, go and tell that midnight rider, tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter, tell him God's gonna cut him down. Tell him that God's gonna cut him down. You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. Well, you may throw your rock and hide your hand, working in the dark against your fellow man. But as sure as God made black and white, what's done in the dark will be brought to the light. You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. Go tell that long-tongued liar, go and tell that midnight rider, tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter, tell him that God's gonna cut him down. Tell him that God's gonna cut him down. Tell him God's gonna cut him down.